guys hear me, by the way? Are you guys hearing me? If you can hear me, type yes. Can you guys hear me? I'm just starting off here. Let's check all the sounds. Let's make sure that everything is going good. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys hearing me or not? Yes or no? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type yes in the chat. You guys hear me? You guys hear me? Okay, yeah. Can you guys hear me? Are you hearing me? Are you guys hearing me? Yes or no? Can you hear me? Type yes in the chat. Are you hearing me? No, but seriously though, I don't know if you guys are hearing me. If you can hear me, type yes. Y'all, can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. I was wondering. I was wondering. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Well, Dala, Kay, Kaya, Kaya, what's up? I see that you're back. Like, y'all been missing the show, right? I did a few minutes last night. I did a few minutes to turn up the mic and turn the back. Oh, so there's a noise in the back. No. Okay, how about now? Is it better now? Way better now. Maybe too loud? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Is it way better or too loud? That back, much better? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, how are you guys doing though? How how have you guys been? I know this computer is pretty loud, to be honest. It is loud, but I'm in a relationship. My man, what? Okay. Guess what, guys? Don't tell me the stories in the chat. I want someone to come up. Like now is a good time before we have too many people. So if you have a story, let's. Oh, you're not working at a new place. Hawk working for a new place, and the money. Got you, got you. I would like someone to request to join though. Just request to join and let's chat. Kia Doll, you were saying something about. Okay, I'm gonna get you up.
Bestie, Mr. Westy.
You can hear me, or
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not hearing you. Hold on, hold on. Let's check my sound here. Go again.
Why does it seem like your volume went down as I came in?
I might have to. Hold on, let me just unplug this thing. One moment.
Did you probably? I think you might need to restart your TikTok.
How about now?
Way better. That's better. And it doesn't have like that muffled sound. So that microphone, you need to throw that away, brother.
Yeah, I still am missing a few things. But yeah, welcome. You have a story for us today?
Oh, I mean, I don't have a story of bad stuff. I mean, like, I remember telling you I was married though, right? Or you never heard really the story behind that.
I don't think so.
Well,
Or
since
maybe.
No, yeah. So since I'm over there, so like when I moved to a different country, like I was about 20 years old. So when I turned 21, I got married, and now I'm like 31 now. So I was with my partner for, let's say, we've been married from 2017 to 2023. That's about 6 years, correct? So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, they used to just be sleeping with their cousin and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess they turned them more.
Oh, you talked about.
Yeah, I came home from work one day. Homeboy was getting bent.
Good
So
to hear.
yeah, but then he also had a kid with someone too. But what was the kicker is I like went to my mom's place because my mom lived like an hour away from where I lived. So I was like, okay, let me go by my mom for like a few weeks. Let me see what I want to do. And I came back to my apartment. Why? I look at my bank account and I see $250 sent to someone named Baby Mama. I'm like, I'm not pregnant. But a year later, there was a kid, you know? So it was amazing. So I let him enjoy that part of being an actual father this time because he does have other kids, some in Miami and some in the Bahamas. So I
Mhm.
was like, okay, if I didn't leave him, he wasn't gonna, take care of that child. And but I just did it in a very adult way. So it was winter. I turned off the water, the hydro, turned off the heat, and left him there and canceled the lease. It was amazing. I feel healed.
Oh, so okay, okay. All right. Chaotic, you're laughing. Okay. All right. Said you feel healed. Okay. Uh, Hey, guess what, Kato? I appreciate you joining and sharing your story, you know? Um, Interesting.
So, question: how do you actually motivate like black people, especially like black women, how to have like discernment in kinds of situations where they know? Because I mean, like they always feel like a gut feeling at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the thing called discernment, but you as a black man, how do you guys get through the discernment?
Well, that's a good question. You said it right. There are always signs, you know. Uh, do we ignore them, or do we just pay attention and make the decision that we need to make right there and then? Most times we don't. We just try to fix someone. We try to be hopeful, right? Um, and what do I tell people? I don't tell people what to do. Honestly, I don't. But you heard stories, people share their experiences. Do you want to make the same mistake? Are you going to ignore the signs? You know, that's
Yeah,
pretty much what I do. So
exactly. That's why I'm like, girls, if you ever have a gut feeling, go with it. And sometimes you might just have gas. You never know. Either one or the two.
all right, I'm hearing some. You said okay. You said something about gas. Did I hear that right? Anyways, I appreciate you sharing. Thank you for joining. Definitely. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is it your
Okay,
first time here?
yeah, I was
Okay.
just like on my For You page, but let me tell you guys this story, okay? you guys need to pay attention because it's a crazy one. So basically, I was in a relationship with this guy since freshman year of high school. I am in like my first year of university, okay? So we dated from freshman year up until the summer until my university. And we went to prom, everything like that. You know, you would think we were pretty locked in. We went on family vacations, Christmas and everything, okay? So one day, we're all together, we're in my house. It's Christmas, by the way, with my family. And then like, okay, we're going to bed. We're going to wake up in the morning, open Christmas presents. And I get this like feeling. I'm just like, let me check his phone. Let me look at this guy's phone. I go to his text message because like he was asleep and he hid his phone. Like he would usually put it under the pillow. He put his phone underneath the bed. And he thought he thought I didn't peep it. He put his phone underneath the bed. And I was like, the fuck? Okay. And he usually like he had 2 phones. I know that's like a red flag, but like I was in love, okay? So I didn't think like, oh, it's a red flag, he has 2 phones. Everyone was telling me he has 2 phones. It's a red flag. I didn't really care. I didn't peep it. But this night when I saw he put the phone underneath the bed, I was like, okay, like let me look at his phone. And I didn't want to ruin Christmas, but like I was like, let me look at his phone. I open his phone. I'm going through the apps and I see this thing. This guy, he had like, you know how you have like, it was like a calculator app, but like he had 2 calculator apps and this one was a whole separate calculator app. So keep in mind, we were dating for like all of high school to then they like going into summer, and I saw he was in a whole separate relationship for a year and a half while we were together. And
In the calculator app.
yeah, because there was pictures of it, and like he got the girl a promise ring and everything, and like it was just like, wow, okay. So then keep in mind, we're in my house with my family, and then I go through his text messages and he's texting this girl that he introduced to me as his cousin, and they were just like flirting in the messages, and the whole time I thought it was his cousin. Like when I was looking at these messages, I thought he was cheating on me with his cousin. So I like woke him up and I was like, what is this? Like, you're disgusting, like all this stuff. And he's like, it's not my cousin, it's not my cousin. So I found out, so he was in a relationship with me. He was in another one with a different girl for a year and a half, and he was in another relationship with this girl for 9 months. I'm just like, and it was baffling to me, okay? So I'm getting ready to kick him out of my house, and I'm like arguing with him. It's nighttime, like, you know, and this guy, like, he sorry, this is embarrassing. I'm getting him out of the house. He goes to the Christmas tree and he knocks down the Christmas tree. He stomps he stomped on all of our Christmas presents. He broke my mom's china dishes. He broke a crystal vase. What else did he do? Oh yeah, he busted, like, after I kicked him out the house, he busted my car windows open. He busted my house. Your reactions are killing me. He busted open my window. He kicked my mailbox and he broke my mailbox.
He was a buster man.
He kicked my mailbox, everything. We had to call the police, and like, you know, they like arrested him, whatever. His mom bailed him out the jail. He comes like the next day, because he told his friends I cheated on him because he didn't want to look like he was in the wrong. So they were harassing me on like apps and stuff and posting me on their stories. And then the next day, him and his friends, they came to my house and they egged my house, and because we had like you know those glass doors on the outside and then you have to open it and walk to the inside of the door. We had one of those and he broke it, like him and his friends, they shattered that door open and they busted out my garage windows. And guys, all I'm gonna say is you could be in a relationship with a man 4 years, 5 years, you could be engaged with him. That man does not give a fuck about you. like, if you have a gut feeling, check his phone, check everything, because you're not having that gut feeling for no reason. I thought that we were locked in. I thought we were forever. Turns out this guy was juggling two other relationships while being with me. All I'm gonna say is you could be as locked in with someone, and also he had never, like, I had never seen that side of him before. Like, he was just so guilty, and like he didn't like getting caught. He had a big freak out. So all I'm gonna say is, guys, the person you're with, really get to know them before you bring them with your family, because never introduced another boyfriend to my family after that one, because could never come back from that. But yeah, thanks for listening to my story, guys.
Wow.
I don't know how to disconnect.
Guys, type your thoughts in the chat, guys. You heard that story. Type your thoughts. Do you agree with what she just said? I see someone else requesting. Let's get the next person in. But guys, keep typing your thoughts. If you have a story of your own, hit that request to join. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yo.
Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, so I kind of have a story and also like want some advice on like what I should do. Cause like me and my ex, like we have been dating for like 2.5 years, and we were always good with each other. But the thing was, recently we broke up like 3 weeks ago, like 4 weeks, and we have been in no contact like 4 days. That's what is happening. So like the story, we met through like a friend. We met in a football game in high school, like a junior year, and then we have been going strong. And well, we had, not anymore. And so like, and she was a senior, I was a junior, so she went to college, and we did long distance. We were like fun. We like loved each other. We met each other's family, all that stuff, and like, well, I thought I was gonna marry her, like low-key, and she thought too, and we were gonna we were even looking for a ring, okay, like that. It was kind of serious, but
Ring shopping?
yeah, like the thing is, I think we were both like immature. I was a bit like, I would say, controlling, because she went to a school that I didn't like she went to ASU for nursing. So I was a bit on edge because of that. People told me like hella stories and shit about that school. So like, oh, okay. So I think I got a bit controlling, and she didn't like that. Like, so recently, I think that was the main reason of our breakup. And I just like kind of don't know what to do. Like, she says she doesn't want to get back with me, but she also shows like signs that she does and stuff. So like, okay, I don't know. So I just want advice, like if you can.
Chat. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard what he just... Cherry, I see you, Cherry. Cherry, welcome back. Guys, let's get to 5K likes. Also, you heard what he just said. Type your thoughts.
I agree with her decision too. That guy, whatever say.
Yeah, you agree with the decision, but
Her decision.
you wouldn't mind getting her back, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, cause I realized I didn't even, cause that mistake of me being controlling, I kind of did not realize that I was doing that until like she told me after the breakup, like how she felt. Like she never communicated well when she was in the relationship, because she always like, okay, so like she's a type of like an avoidant person, so she like pushes people away instead of trying to communicate.
So what do you want? Someone in the chat ask. Dr. Ray ask, what do you want?
Words.
Let's get her up here. She's requesting. Maybe she wants to talk. Dr.
Dr. Ray. Hi.
Welcome.
It's so nice to actually hear someone be so vulnerable, be caught up in the middle of such a very sensitive situation. And I'm
Definitely.
so sorry that some people have to actually experience this. And that's why I wanted to say to you first, I hear you, like I hear everything around you. But what about you? What do you want for yourself?
For me, I still want to be with her and stuff, like, but I also like want to work on myself, the part of myself that was controlling, and like I knew that was my mistake, and that she had the right to leave because of that, because she felt trapped, and she didn't have much freedom because of me, because she's in college. And I was also a bit hypocritical, because when she went to first year in college, she wanted to like hang out with her friends, go to party and stuff, and I was not okay with that. But I was hanging out with my friends, but I also didn't cross the boundary. I didn't go to parties and stuff. I was just like hanging out with my friends. That's it. And she was fine with that. And then, so I get her point, her view, but I also realized that it's a thing that we can fix if we just talk. But she doesn't want to talk. Like her personality won't let it.
Okay. Robbie, the two things you've just said to me that cannot coexist. You cannot work on yourself whilst with her.
Let me ask you, why can't you work on myself with her? Isn't it like I believe, like, isn't it better to grow with the person that you're gonna be with, instead of trying to
Understandable,
feel
but the
alone?
person you want to grow with is not on the same page with you. So you're going to constantly have that push and pull situation where you're trying to make something happen, make something work, but the other person doesn't get it. So you're going to be stuck in the same cycle of, I want
Yeah.
to better myself with this person. I want to grow with this person. But look, there's this, barrier. There's this, stop sign saying, stop here, right? So you are
Mm,
constantly going to be stuck. I tell you for a fact that not everyone wants to grow. So if
that
this
is
other
true.
person does not want to grow and does not want to even give you the opportunity to grow with her, then you're going to go in cycles. This is going to be even a situationship at the end of the day, because it's going to be you putting in everything, putting in all the work, wanting the best of yourself to give to this person. And here is the other person on the other side, just looking at you.
Yeah, that is true. Like she knew that herself. She told me like this is like she wanted to be friends, or like I wanted to be also a friend, but she said this is it's unfair to you if were friends, because like I'm still she think that she's using me by being friends. So like she said no, we shouldn't be friends because of that. Like I was like, okay, I understand. Yeah.
Can I just say that you have your answer right in front of you, but you're refusing to accept letting
Yeah.
go?
Accept.
Yeah.
Understand.
So it's not a hard choice. It's not a hard problem. It's a you problem. As in, when I even say problem, not in a negative way, but in a way to make you take accountability for yourself. This is someone telling you, do you know the famous thing people say, you don't deserve me, or I don't deserve you.
Yeah, you deserve better. You
I don't
deserve better.
deserve, she's
That's
literally
what they
saying,
say.
I don't deserve you.
Yeah, she said
And you're
that.
still there saying, deserve me, this is me, this is me. So you are looking down on yourself every time you fight to want to be with her.
Yeah, that is true. I agree.
So choose you.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Riri, Dr. Riri. Thank you so much for
How do I
joining.
disconnect?
I'll help you down. I'll help you down.
Oh, thank you.
Take care. Thank you, Riri, R-A-E, Dr. Riri. Take care, okay? All right, guys. If you have a story that you would love to share, hit that request to join. If it's your first time here watching the hottest live stream, hit that follow so you can see me next time. That was interesting, and I'm happy that he was able to at least get some feedback and be like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. You understand? It's your choice what you want to do, but you asked, we gave it Up to you if you want to implement it. We have 4 requests here. I'm gonna go with this person, Conscious. Are you there? I did accept your request. Okay, let's move on to the next person. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. If you have a story you want to share, hit that request to join, and we'll keep that pace going. SOKO. While we're at it here, where are you watching from? What country are you watching from? Drop your country in the chat. What? DR with a follow? Ray.
Hel-
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Or I don't know if
I
you
can
can hear
hear
me.
you. I can hear
Oh.
you.
Okay, so I have a relationship story. So, in October, well, I started dating him in June of 2025. And we got intimate pretty fast. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that or no.
Go for it. You said it already.
Oh, okay. Well, we got intimate pretty fast, and then ever since then he's been like, we just fell in love super quick, and he's been trying to get me pregnant, and now I'm pregnant. But in October, this was before he got me pregnant. He hit me, and I fell to the ground, and I was bleeding like from my nose and my mouth, and basically, I didn't even call the police. The neighbors called the police, but that night I did end up pressing charges on him because I didn't think I was gonna stay with him. And I thought it would be a lot easier to leave. And then, he apologized to me and everything. He never did it again. And then my parents were the ones who actually tried to convince me to press charges. So that day I did, but then months later, I got pregnant, and then he's been saying that he wants to marry me and stuff, and he changed a lot. He changed a lot because he went to jail for 3 days, and he changed a lot since then. He got out. They put him on an ankle monitor, and they had us on a no contact order, and we didn't listen to the no contact order, so he ended up going to jail again. He's currently in jail right now because they found out we were contacting each other, because I drove him to his to the probation officer, and they saw me in the car outside waiting, and they saw that I was I don't know if they had a photo of me or something, or some information on me, I don't know, but they ended up finding out that we were seeing each other. So he went back to jail, and they found some illegal paraphernalia on him, when we got
Let's
stopped.
talk about the legal stuff.
Oh, you said don't talk about that?
Yeah, the illegal. You've already said it, but so
he's in jail right now, and the court date is on 2 weeks. It's on the 13th. I've been trying to drop charges for the last couple of months, actually many months now, that I've been trying to drop charges, and nobody's been able to help me. I don't know how to go about that situation. I've tried to reach out to the prosecutor. I've tried to reach out to his lawyer. They're not picking up my phone calls. I think the next step I'm gonna do is I got their email, so I'll probably email them. But besides that, before he went to jail, we had planned to get married. He told my mom he's gonna marry me. We don't argue anymore or anything like that, and we had plans of moving in together. I'm a veteran, so I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. If I'm choosing to be with this person, I'm choosing to be with this person, and I'm getting my house through the VA and stuff, and I just landed a pretty good job. I'm an esthetician, but I'm going back to school for business because I'm gonna get paid more through the VA if I go back to school. So yeah, that's my whole situation that I have going on right now.
chat. Type your thoughts in the chat. Just take a look at the chat. You will be, guys. She will be looking at the chat right now. Type your thoughts, any advice, whatever it is. Type it in the chat. She's looking. You have 10 seconds, guys. Type it, type it. Someone said you will get it right. Someone said I never called on my ex. Someone said she should run. Guys, keep typing real fast, real fast. Someone said focus on you. Who else? Who else? Who else? I'm gonna take three more, guys. You heard the story. Type your thoughts real fast. Rebecca, what do you think about what they're saying so far? You have much to learn about the
I mean,
situation.
at this point, I can't really run. I'm gonna have his child, so I don't plan on running. You know, he did it one time. I believe in, you know, forgiveness. Like, I have like a spiritual, like Christian background, and you know, if he did it one time, he doesn't do it again. I think it's fine. If he does it again, then yes, I will leave. But everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You know, not gonna lie. Like, I've hit him a couple times too. So that's why I'm saying, like, I hit him way before he ever hit me. So that's why, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of provoked him. I'm not saying that I deserve that reaction, but at this point, like, no, I feel like I'm very locked in with this. Like, as soon as I met him, it was like I had known him for many, many years. That's what it felt very, very like soul tied, like spiritual connection. Doesn't feel like a regular relationship.
Mm. What I can say is, I wish, the baby, all the best. And in
Oh,
the end, that's one of the things. You have relationships, we have, the challenges, but once you have a child in the midst, that's where things become very complex, right? You got to be more strategic, thoughtful, maybe second thought on what you already decided on. But in this situation, what I can do is just wish you all the best. And, in the end, we know that a lot of these situations, they cause trauma with, kids and all of that. Maybe they want their both parents present, right? So I don't know what that would look like, but I can just say I wish you all the best with everything. Rebecca,
yeah, thank you.
no worries. You take care, okay?
You too. Bye.
Bye. Who's next? Someone said you're not. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting that much requests, guys. Come on. All right. Top 5 viewer. Let me give this top 5 viewer a chance. You've been watching me. Conscious. What's up?
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I guess I have a story to share. It's a little bit of a strange one here. It's a relationship situationship. I've been with my partner for like 3 years, and like in the beginning we really hit it off, and things were going so well. I guess up until a moment where she started to feel like she can't trust me or something, because one time I caught her with my phone and I had set like a clear boundary with her not to look into my phone, and instead that she like needs to ask me and trust me on things, but she kept doing that. And even though I had like set a clear boundary and saying like, if you do this again, I'm just gonna like, leave the relationship, I still didn't. She had gone through my phone many times, and whatever, long story short, one of these times she ended up finding a number for one of my friends on my phone and like literally calling them and trying to investigate them and all that kind of stuff, just because I was talking with that friend of mine. It was a new friend, but yeah, I guess it was a girl, so she got jealous. So she ended up reaching out to that friend and whatever. Fast forward into the future, I mean, like, I'm a guy, and yeah, I have like friends that are girls. I know people here might say like, "Oh, guys and girls can never be friends," but it's like for me, it's not the same really. People can have their own opinion. That's all fine. But yeah, so recently we broke up because she decided that one of my friends, also a girl, had blocked her on Instagram about a year and a half, and she's thinking that she blocked her because of me. But in reality, like, they had barely known each other. I introduced them to each other face to face, and she ended up deciding to just like walk away because she said that my friend blocking her is disrespect to her, and if I don't block her, like if I don't block my friend, then I'm disrespecting her also, and I'm being like on a team with my friend against her or something like that. And yeah, she's just literally went cold, and like she's an avoidant.
Chat,
And she just
chat.
went completely cold and like completely just erased me from her life. I
Someone
did.
said you're watching the chat. Someone said you're the issue. Someone said you're the problem. What do you what do you think? What do you have to say in your defense?
Well, hey, look, I'm definitely like a work in progress. I don't blame her for how she feels. If anything, I have like really deep understanding for the things that she did and why she did them. I don't blame her. I don't point fingers. I'm not really that type of person.
So what do you think?
And
Doctor, you said something here. You said you heard something not said. What's that? I hear something not said. I'm curious to hear what you were thinking there. But yeah, like question. You
mhm.
said, what do you think that you could have done differently? I guess. But I'm just trying
Well,
to, because
I
the chat is going crazy. Just let's hear it.
yeah, I think like leading up to the breakup, she had called me and told me, okay, like, would you like it if I speak to a guy even though he had blocked you? And honestly, I said, yeah, I would, because I don't know who that person is. But in my situation, you know the person, you've met her, you've seen that she doesn't have any type of game, or she's not trying to win me or anything like that. So I said, like, yeah, in complete honesty, yeah, I would mind. So I think that's when she decided, okay, well, then this is the last time we'll talk, and you've said your answer and you cannot change it. So I'm like, okay, that's all cool. I understand. And yeah, we've just like been in no contact for quite some time now. But yeah, like I said, I understand where she is and why she did things. I have deep compassion. I don't blame her or don't hold like resentments or any type of like, bad feelings towards her, because again, she's just doing the best that she knows. So it's all good.
How long did you say that relationship last for
3
again?
years.
3 years. Oh, okay.
And we were like literally super serious. I proposed to her one time on Valentine's Day last year. She rejected it. So this year's Valentine, I was hoping to propose again, but she ended up breaking up with
Oh,
me before Valentine's Day.
wow.
Like, we were that serious. Yeah, like
Ray,
no playing games, no hidden truth, no crap. Like, literally, like, I've told this girl countless times, like, I'm all about you and I just want you.
yeah,
But
sometimes we
yeah,
that's the vision. We have it all planned out, but these things do happen, and I have
I did
Ray.
reach out to her many times actually after the breakup, to which she said, like, it seems like you don't respect the boundaries, and
Dr.
I
Ray.
don't appreciate you reaching
Hi,
out.
hi, chill. Okay, So Conscious, I think you've said quite a lot of things, and it's what I will first start with is do you know what micro cheating is?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm aware. I'm not that
I know micro
fool,
USB.
you know. I understand that type
Okay.
of
So
dynamic, yeah.
whatever she's feeling, I guess I just want to be sure that you are receptive of like what's going to be said rather than being defensive, because that will help the conversation. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I've
Okay.
made peace with myself, so I'm open to hearing any thoughts.
Okay. So the first thing is, if she's snooping, taking your phone, trying to, do the CIA job and doing all these things, it's not an isolated event. There is something she has seen, or there are things and patterns that she's seeing that is causing her to be hyper vigilant, making her worry, making her think, what else could he be doing?
Yeah,
Who is this
obviously because I
person?
have a lot of friends,
Right?
but
And
with
there's no problem
her,
with
she's
that,
like she's
right?
more on the person who doesn't like to keep a lot of friends around. I mean,
It's
I was
not
her
even
first ever
about that,
boyfriend.
Conscious. It's not about her now. It's about the fact that a man can have female friends. There's no
Oh,
problems
you're
with you
saying
having
can?
female friends. The problem is, what are the boundaries you are creating with your female friends whilst in a serious 3-year relationship where your partner is flagging up, I have a problem with the kind of conversations you're having with these females?
But it's not really the conversations, though.
It cannot be isolated. That's what I'm saying. There are things you're not saying, but I'll just
But
mute
I'm being
myself.
truthful with you here.
So
She
you,
is just not okay with the fact of having female friends whatsoever, no matter we're talking about just funny things, we're talking about maybe business, like this person, this friend of mine, she was actually like an art gallery manager, and I was, hoping that she's gonna help me with my art. So all of our conversations were based on art, how we can sell art, how we can make NFTs, how we can make money from art. But my girlfriend was never okay with the fact that I have female friends. And that's it. I've cut my communication with that friend like dramatically since she had brought this up to my awareness. And I like literally stopped even calling my friend. Like we would have maybe like a phone call maybe once a week. We would talk about all kind of ideas and stuff. But when she brought that up to my awareness, I literally cut that completely just to show her that like I'm not about them, I'm about you. Yeah, like that person was gonna help me with my art. We were kind of hoping to build some income, whatever. But if you don't like them, then that's fine. But she got to a point where she's like, no, you have to block them, otherwise you don't care. So I ended up blocking her, blocking my friend, and showing her that here you go, I blocked them. And she's like, okay, but I still
dog,
don't
thank
want to
you.
get back to you. So I don't know. I guess I did what I can do. I did what she
Think
wanted
about
to do.
Dr. Ray. Dr. Ray.
He said he blocks his friend and she's still, bugging. I just want to say something. If a woman can refuse a proposal whilst in a relationship with you that you told us was serious to the point it was almost 3 years, and the first time you proposed she refused and even left you before the second time you're going to propose, there's so many missing puzzles here. It's not crystal
Well, I
clear.
proposed to
When you
her
say
first year we met. First year we met, I proposed to her. After that, like the second year I didn't, but this year, like coming up on the third
Chill.
year, I was
What were you
planning
gonna
to
say just
propose.
now?
That's what I
Chill,
was
calm.
gonna say.
oh no. Okay, so I was thinking, like, you're pretty much okay with her decision, right? Conscious? Like
Well, I mean, initially I wasn't because I was hurt, but now that the time has passed and all, of course, I'm okay with what she wants, because you
Yeah.
can never make someone love you, and you cannot force people to stay with you because of anything. Even if I
Yeah.
love her, she's free to go because she's her
Definitely.
own person.
And you can
something
be
to
free to
consider.
have friends. So win-win.
Alright, here's what I was trying to say. Like sometimes, you might have someone else who is okay with what that person, isn't okay with. So it's just about finding that right person for you in the end. Um, that's that's just it in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, pretty much. I guess
Because
that's very valid
you're
what you
saying
mean.
that she was not okay with you interacting with other females. A
Well,
lot of
not even other males, honestly. She did not like me having friends.
yeah,
It was a threat to her because she would feel like I would abandon the relationship for
and
my
maybe
friends.
who know, maybe something happened in the past that maybe you didn't mention or whatever that caused some mistrust.
I'm her
Which is
first ever
why.
boyfriend,
Can
so
I be truthful with you, Chill? There are some men that have said their woman doesn't like friends. They don't like, they've told them to block this person, block that person.
But men do it.
However, do you know what I'm saying? There are people that have actually said that, my girl don't like me having
Yeah.
friends, when there's anyone else, it's like she feels threatened and things like that. So it's not just you that has said this. So many men have experienced this. However, there are a lot of things that you're saying in isolation. And I feel like without really knowing, because we cannot know
Mhm,
anything outside what you're telling us,
mhm.
there's nothing. What do you want from everyone now? What is it that you want from everyone by telling us this?
Well, I was just sharing, maybe looking up to hear different point of perspectives.
Mhm.
That's about it, really. I
Yeah.
mean, just hearing someone else's perspective, and that,
Yeah.
I don't really need anything else.
So what do you think about what everyone heard here?
Yeah,
Sorry, what
that's
everyone shared.
yeah, no, it's very much valuable. I mean, hey, what doctor said is definitely on point. Well, she can be on her own, and you can have friends. Because I've literally just like dismantled every single friendship that I have. Every man, woman, you name it.
Oh, I see it. I see.
Even it got to a point of like your family is also a threat.
And
So
sometimes you said something that once you answered that question that she asked you, that
mm-hmm,
was it for her.
mm-hmm.
And I guess, I mean, she
Yeah,
was
she's an
more,
avoidant for sure. She is like a hardcore avoidant.
yeah, she was more interested in seeing where your mind is at. You
Mm-hmm,
know, look, she was looking at long term, and she's like, okay, I won't be able to deal with that long term,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
no, totally, yeah. Yeah,
All
but
right,
thank you for bringing me up. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And thank you, doctor. Appreciate your perspective
Doctor.
here.
All right, no worries. You take care, Conchess.
Peace. Thank you.
Doctor, is it your first time here, Doctor?
Yes,
Oh
and I'm
man,
enjoying it.
yeah. You've been well. I took a few weeks off, like three, almost two. So, yeah, I took some time off. Went
Oh,
to
okay.
Jamaica and so on. But I've been
I'll
doing
just
this
be
for a
here.
few. Yeah, I've been doing it for a few months. So you've been missing out. But I appreciate you joining and sharing your thoughts and all of that.
No
How you doing?
worries.
All righty. Who is next? I have 6 people. 6. I'm going down my list, guys. Getting the next person in right now. I'm just going down the list. So if you have a story that you want to share, hit that request to join. By the way, I'm keeping some short and spicy live stream. Okay, so you might just want to send your request right now so we can get your story in before I decide on when I will be ending my stream. Let's see the next person, Lulu. Lulu, I see you, Lulu. I'm getting to you, Lulu. Let's see.
Hi.
Okay, Lulu. Hi, welcome.
All right, so I kind of just want advice. I got out of it was not a good relationship. I was in it for like 5 years. I got out of it in 2024. It's my daughter's father. We didn't plan it at all, but I'm so grateful she's here. I'm a single mom, and for the past time that we've been broken up, he's been in and out of incarceration and stuff like that. On my daughter's birthday, didn't even say happy birthday this year, but he's always he used to show up at my house randomly and do crazy stuff, and I had to go to court to kind of get out of that house and be able to move elsewhere. I don't want to say too much, or something I'm not supposed to say. And so, and it's really just me and her. I don't live around any family or anything. And she used to talk about her dad, and he still tries to contact me, but he don't know where I moved to. And I think he's realizing what he lost, but also he may be missing his daughter. I don't feel like he acts like it. But my point is I know what it's like to grow up with grandparents, and that's really all you have is your grandparents.
Yeah.
My other two children are with my dad and my mom and my grandparents. My mom was never really involved in my life, but I'm glad that she's involved in my children's life, my other two, and I'm glad my dad owns factories and stuff, so he was always busy when I was a child, trying to get his factory going. So I never saw him. I was with my grandma and my grandpa, and it just I didn't really have anybody growing up, and she does talk about him. She's young, and I don't want her wondering where he is or asking about him, but I also want her to have a good life and not she has 3 moms, which I don't want her to be confused at all. I'm not with any of them. They just help me out with her because I don't have family here. And when he gets out, there's potential that he might still try to contact me. He's contacting me in jail even though he's not supposed to.
Thank you.
If he does, I don't want to say no, you can't be involved in your daughter's life, but I also gotta be safe with how I do it. I have full custody, but if he was to say he wanted to visit her, which that's what he was saying right before he went in, and he's gonna be out again, I don't want to deprive her of having a dad either. So I just wanted to get that off my chest and kind of get the idea, if he does want something to do with her, I can't be the person to facilitate it, but I do want her to know who her dad is.
I see what you mean. So is it that your concern is that she will get to know him, but then he won't be present?
Yeah, that he'll be in and out if he's going to be involved, I want him to be stable, and I don't want
Right.
him to be crazy like he was.
I see. Because that would definitely, let's say he, gets to interact with her, right? And they create a bond. And now he's missing for, or jail, whatever it is. That does impact her now. I see your concern there for sure. So you do have something to think about there. Is it worth it? Do you need to wait until, I don't know, wait until another time when he's more stable before, allowing them to bond? Like you definitely do have to think about, you definitely have a lot to think about there for sure.
Yeah, I think the only thing that, I try to keep her away, but I don't want to keep her away, to be honest. I had to move and not tell him where I'm at. But I do want her to have a father, and that's something I always wanted my kids to have, is a dad. You know what I mean? Because even though my dad worked a lot, my dad like came and saw me after work for like an hour. You know what I mean? And I just don't want my child not to have a dad. It just don't sit right with me.
I know what you mean, but you do have other factors to consider, right? Because you
Yeah.
don't want her to be depressed and all of that because, oh, daddy's not here now. If let's say her life is going fine so far, and you're the only one who's like, oh, I want her to have a child, dad, all of that, and right now, where she's at now mentally, she's not distracted with all of that. You might just want to, I guess you try to decide or think about, is it a good time to, get her distracted with this, or maybe wait until he's stable? I don't know. You have stuff to think about. Or maybe you need professional therapy. but those are just some stuff that you have to consider for sure.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your insight, and your comments made me feel better about the situation. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Wow. No worries. You take care, and I wish you all the best. All right, Lulu?
You too.
Wow. Whenever there's a child, I'm telling you, it is very complex. Know what I mean? Very. Nia, Nya, Nia. I see you. Thank you. Guys, if you're very new to this channel, your first time seeing this face, it is your first time seeing my face. First time. Hit the follow, okay? Hit it so you can see me another time. You don't want it to be your last, so hit that button so that you can see me another time. Getting the next person in right now. Fifi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I was just scrolling and I saw this live, which is kind of funny because I've just like gotten out of a relationship like a couple days ago. Yeah, and it was a pretty messy breakup.
All right.
So like what's the gist of this? Should I just like start telling like
Yeah, go right into it.
Okay, so I was in a relationship for like a year. And like about a month ago, he had moved out and like from his parents' house, right? So he was like struggling financially, like, inflation and stuff, like things are like pretty bad right now. So like he's just getting used to like living on his own. And like the pressures of being in a relationship, I feel like we're getting to him. And we're also going through like a rough patch where we weren't really seeing eye to eye on things and whatnot. So he had suggested that we like take some time apart. But that's like a red flag for me.
He suggested that, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's a red flag for me because it feels like if you need to work on yourself, like why being in a relationship doesn't stop you from working on yourself, you know? Right? I feel like if you want to grow together, because that's what he said. He said, "Oh, I want to work on myself so like we can be better and like we're not arguing all the time, etc." But it just sounded like a bunch of bullshit. But you know, like if you say that to a man, or like not to a man, to him specifically, if I were to be like, that doesn't sound right, he'll take it like as I'm attacking him instead of like taking it for face value. But anyways, so this was like last month where he suggested a break, and he also like agreed that we would not see other people. This is very important because he agreed we were very much still like together in a sense, but just not like hanging out every day, not going on dates all the time, right? So he became very inconsistent. And this was a consistent man. Like if he ever said we're going on a date on Friday, we would go on a date on Friday. But it started being like, I'm going to take you out on Friday. And then Friday came and then, oh, I forgot I had a meeting, so we can't actually go. Or, oh, my car broke down and I can't Uber and nobody can drive me, so I can't go. Or I know I said I was going to hang out with you today, but I can't come pick you up. So like, whatever. Keep in mind, I have a car. I can drive. So he would like just have problems that can easily be like, I can easily solve them. Okay, if your car is broken down, I can drive. But he would never like solve the problems. He would just always have the problems. Anyway, so obviously I had my own doubts, but whenever I raised them, oh, it seems like you're being inconsistent, he would get mad and say that I'm accusing him of not trying enough. I'm being too hard on him. Everything is new. He's just trying to figure out his life, and I'm like being too hard on him. And so actually 3 days ago now, Monday this week, we had made a plan that we were going to sit down and talk about our relationship and see if this is just, we should break up or we should continue this relationship, right? This was this Monday. And, you know, as I said, he always cancels. So this Monday, he told me that the morning his car was dead, his car battery was dead, and he couldn't find a way to come. And I'm just like, I'm so fed up because I'm like, this is like the make or break moment, and you're giving me excuses. Like, I'm not dealing with this. And something clicked in my head, like, drive to this guy's house. I know it sounds crazy. But it seemed like this guy is lying about everything. So he said his car was in the mechanic. So I drove past his house and his car was parked outside. So outside his house. So he wasn't at the mechanic. So I text him again. I'm like, babe, where are you? And he said, I'm at the mechanic. I'm talking to someone right now. I'm too busy. And I'm like, you're busy? I can see your car. What do you mean you're busy? Well, I didn't say that. I didn't text him that, but I thought of it. I'm like, what do you mean? I just let him feed into the lie, right? As I'm parked outside his house, I kid you not, a girl pulls up right behind me and parks right in front of his house. Bro. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Keep in mind, I know this girl because when his car broke down again, because he has a fucking horrible car. Sorry for like swearing. When his car broke down in front of my house, he had to call this girl, and she was magically the only person that could come jump his car. So she came in front of my house to jump his car. And they were talking, and she asked him about me and our relationship. So I'm like, okay. And I talked to him. Keep in mind, this girl has been talking shit about me like a couple years back. I heard she was saying whatever. I didn't pay no mind. And I told him this. And I'm like, why are you talking to this girl? Like, I'm telling you that she's saying this and that about me and etc. She's Jamaican and I'm Nigerian. So one time we went to go, me and my ex, we went to go eat food, Nigerian food. And then he was like, oh, I really want some Jamaican food right now. Just out of nowhere. He was just like, I really want Jamaican food right now. I'm like, why would you say that? Anyways, back to the story. So I recognized the girl, And I stay in my car. I don't say anything. I don't move. I stay in my car. I watch her get her bag, a big ass bag. You know, like when you go spend the night at someone's house or you spend the day at someone's house, you have all your stuff. A big ass bag. She goes into his house and he's telling me he's at the mechanic. I'm like, what? Like, why are you lying? I'm right outside. So you know what I do? Like, I get out of the car. I'm banging on the door. Nobody's coming out. I just watched this girl go inside and they're acting like they don't hear me. I'm ringing the doorbell. Nobody's coming outside. I'm going to the side door, knocking on the door. Nobody's coming outside. So then I go back to my car and I wait in my car. And then I call him again. And then he's like, why are you at my house?
Wow.
He's like, why are you at my house? And I'm like, how do you know I'm here? And he's like, oh, my cousin told me. You little dumbass, your cousin told you? Your cousin is at work. No. I was not the side. I was with him for a year. This girl just came into the picture a month ago. I was with him for a year. Or maybe I was the side in my own relationship. Maybe it's seeming like it. So
Could be. It's possible.
yeah, like it's seeming like it because on Valentine's Day, he said he had work at 4 p.m. He never works at 4 p.m. He never works at 4 p.m. So we had to like a rushed Valentine's Day and he disappeared. Like he disappeared at 4 p.m. And now I'm thinking about all the lies he's been telling me. Oh yeah, I'm like skipping over some parts. I'm sorry. I'm not being linear with my thing. But after I've talked to him, whatever, he goes, he hangs up the phone and he sends his cousin that lives with him inside. So she comes outside and she's talking to me and I'm like, this guy's trying to make it seem like I'm a crazy ex. He's been telling me that we need to work on a relationship, but he's out here fucking who and doing all this and all this and all this. When guys follow me on Instagram, he also follows those guys. Like, so he made it seem like he was so protective over me. Like, no, I don't want you talking to nobody else. I don't want you to be with nobody else. So I'm feeling like secure. He's actually working on himself. But in reality, he was setting himself up for another relationship while not ending it with me, you know? So after I catch him, then he flips the story and he's like, oh, I told you I don't want to be with you anymore. Yada, yada, yada. All this and all this and all this. And then I talked to his cousin, and keep in mind, his cousin tells me that they've been fucking with each other for a month, for the past month, that me and him have been like working on each other. So I've been here trying to better myself for this relationship, trying to be less like toxic, trying to like work and fight for this relationship. But he was just starting another relationship with another girl and keeping me around. I would ask him straight up, are you talking to someone else? And he would never admit it. He'd be like, no, I'm not. I only want to be with you. Yada, yada, yada. And it's just like, why couldn't you be honest? Why couldn't you just say, I don't want this relationship anymore? Like, honestly. And it's just like a waste of my time. I got him stuff for Valentine's Day and he was even thanking me for the shit. Oh my God. He was even thanking me for the stuff that I got him on Valentine's Day. Whole time he had another girl. He had another girl. Like, he told his younger sister that he had a new girlfriend. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's so, like, he lied about everything. Like, actually everything. I wanted to say one more thing. There were certain times where his boss would call him and he just would have to go. Like, I have to go. There were times where, like, obviously now that I'm, like, looking back at it, it wasn't his boss. It was her. And it was always her. And it's just, like, she knew about me. She blocked me on Instagram so I couldn't see them following each other. Like, can you believe, like, the extent these people actually went instead of just being like, hey, let's break up, you know? Keeping me in like a loop of constantly doubting myself, constantly like all that. Like, what do you gain from that, you know? Like, it's just so crazy. And oh yeah, and also after I caught them, he posted her on Instagram. Like, he posted her face. Like, they posted up together right after I caught them. And he didn't post me for Valentine's Day, and I was wondering why. Now I know why. So, like, it's just like I got played like a fucking flute. Like, honestly.
That was fast to be posting each other, right?
Yeah, I know. That's how I know that it's not real. He was just like, I'm not sure. Like, I really don't know what the point of all of this was. You know, like if you wanted a new, no,
So
yeah,
would you say that there were like lots of signs, right? You
yeah,
said it. There were signs, but maybe you didn't really pick up on them. Or you kind of noticed that it was like a red flag, but maybe just overlook it at that time. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right. But the thing is with this guy is that he'll manipulate things into you feeling bad for him. You notice how I mentioned that he moved out of his house? Like earlier, he moved out of his house, so he needed to get stability and all this and all this. You know how I mentioned that earlier? Originally he told me he got kicked out. So he like set a whole story that he got kicked out of the house and he's so emotional and his family hates him and they all kicked him out, all this, and this. Keep in mind, until like yesterday, I was under the impression that he got kicked out. He would even use this in a sense, like we would be arguing and he'd be like, I just got kicked out of my house. You're doing this to me. Like my family, da da da. He didn't get kicked out. He never did. He literally just moved out. So he lied to me about that too. He lied to me about everything. There was one time he was supposed to come over and he was like, "Oh, I forgot it's my sister's birthday. I have to go to my sister's birthday party." I went on Facebook earlier today and I looked at the pictures his dad posted. He was not in a single picture. He did not go to his sister's birthday party. He went to go hang out with a side bitch instead of going to his sister's birthday party. Like, it's just like out of this world how someone can completely build up a life and a complete lie and just live it to the point where he's believing his own lies. And it's like, obviously, these are the type of lies where I can't accuse him. You know how crazy it would be for me to be like, you're not going to your sister's birthday party. Now I look like the crazy person. I'm trying to take him away from his family. You know?
Guys, Fifi, my man. Only thing I just need to have some tear running down, you know? Like, guys, it's emotional, right? I want y'all to type your thoughts in the chat. Give her some advice, some encouragement. She'll be looking at the chat. You have like 20 seconds. Just type your thoughts. It's gonna be you on the chat, Fifi. Just look at what's going on there. Type your thoughts, guys. Don't stay silent. We don't stay silent over here. By the way, is it your first time here, Fifi?
Yeah, it is. Y'all don't want to hear my thoughts. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys.
You didn't go to
Oh, it's a whole thing. Yeah, thank you so much. And I just don't want to send the wrong message here that like I'm like in contact with him or I forgive him or any like that's been cut off. Like he's blocked on everything. Like I even blocked him on Spotify. Like I blocked him on every platform I could block him on. Like this is just done, you know?
Wow. And in the meantime, what advice could you give us, Fifi, based on your experience? I do generally ask that.
Always, okay? If a man ever or anybody actually ever like changes drastically and has an excuse for literally everything, there's either another person or they just don't want to be with you anymore. If someone who was once loving, planning like planning dates, excited to see you, is now being cold towards you, never wants to see you, is always acting like you're begging them for their time, just know you need to get up out of there. It's not about you. They're gonna try to make it about you. They're gonna try to be like, oh, you're acting like this, you're acting like this. but it's never actually, I'm never actually about that. They're literally just looking elsewhere, or they're just don't want to be in the relationship anymore and they don't know how to say it. That's the best advice I could give.
You heard that, guys? Fifi said it. She said it. And obviously, you've typed your thoughts in the chat, and she's seen all of that. I appreciate everyone sharing and typing. Again, Fifi, thank you for
Thank
sharing your
you.
story.
Thank you for
I wish you all the best. Okay.
yeah, you too. Have a great night.
Take care. Wow. Let's get someone on here real fast. Oh, I didn't see your request, doctor. Okay, I didn't see your request, but I assume you wanted to comment on this person. No, sorry, let me get you on, doctor. Hi, you wanted to comment.
Honestly, just the same reaction you had, only the tears needed to come out for you. I think it was the same. I wanted to just first of all tell Fifi to take a deep breath, like just breathe for a second, because what you've just shared is really heavy. I think I just want to say that the advice that she gave is so spot on as well. Like if you see any changes in your person, the thing is, what he was trying to do was very much clear. A lot of people get into relationships because of pity stories. Someone would just say, "Oh, my mom died," or something, and you're not a horrible person. Do you know what I mean? And you're just trying to be there for them and, do what you need to do. But they're actually taking the mick. They are using Peter's stories to get you wrapped around their fingers so that they would not take accountability whatsoever for anything that they're doing. Yeah, they want to escape everything. So it's almost like, oh, if he does something, you say, oh, but I don't have a dad. Or, but I've not got money. I've not got a job. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing that? For him to post that lady straight after, that is violation of the highest order. That is him telling you, you were never it. It's going to sting, Fifi. Like you were never, and this is not about you. This is not about, you are a gem, you're a price, right? This is about him not being able to identify value, not being able to see that this is someone who doesn't just love me for my money, my looks. This is someone that genuinely loves me, and he fumbled that for someone else. So you don't even want a man that doesn't see you as a person. He sees you as an object. He sees you as something that he can just keep on the side whilst he goes looking out for what is lost. So what you experience is not even a heartbreak, it's violation. And this is what they do. They get you so broken because they know, if I post this picture with this girl, she's gonna see it. And if she sees it, she would, come fighting. She'll come around the block, she'll get stuck. It's all about getting your brain to be wrapped around their BS. And then you're stuck. So I am glad that you figured that out and you chose yourself. Do you know what? Chill. There's so many people that wouldn't get out of what Fifi got out of. They will still be there. Like, I was the first person there, so I'm not going anywhere. I don't care who you go and meet, I'm not leaving. There are women that are doing that as I speak to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So let me just wrap it up here.
Those stories.
Yeah, Fifi, you are a strong woman. Nothing about who he carried, who he chose, has to do with you as a person. It has everything to do with him as an unfaithful man who will still do the same thing to that woman, or currently even doing it already. It's not just you and it's not just her, period.
Thank you for sharing again, doctor. Guys, I don't know. I always meet some amazing people here, who have some amazing insights, and your you're passionate. I appreciate you, Dr. Riri. Thank you. Alrighty. Who is next? Oh dear, I see so many requests. I'm going down my list. I will be going down the list, guys. I see all the requests. Remember, if it's your first time here, you might want to see me a second time. So hit that, just hit the follow, guys, so you can see me another time while you're scrolling. Still going through my list. I have about, what, 8 people? Is it 8? Is it 8 people I have? 6. Now 5 requests. Excuse me. Guys, remember, hit the follow so you can see me another time. Hi, can you hear me? T, can you hear me? I am still going down the list. Judith, Judith.
Yes,
Hi,
hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I just wanted to come and I heard Fifi's story. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I went through something a little similar, and so that kind of inspired me to share my story. And so mine started quite a bit back in 2018. I was 19. I met this guy. We hit it off. About 6 months in, he proposed, and about at 8 months, we ended up getting married. So we get married. Everything was great the first year. Second year, like the middle of the second year, things started to get shaky. I was hearing rumors and allegations of him cheating, and so I ended up kicking him out. We were married, so we ended up working it out. We were on and off until finally it was like, okay, it was off. But he was still trying. I still loved him, obviously, because that was my husband. And I later found out that he had a mistress. He would always come back. He would always try to work the relationship out. I was very young and naive. I tried and tried and tried. For the time that we were married, I was not able to have any children. So I, of course, thought that I was barren. And we were having a lot of issues with, I was having a lot of issues with the mistress. We would go back and forth, which I regret now. I would never do that now. But finally, and my husband is almost like, my ex-husband, it's almost like he hated me. He would always try to hurt me in any way. He knew I couldn't have kids. So one day he came to my job and he said, you know that me and you are married, that means that we're one. And I said, yes. And he says, well, we're having a baby. And I said, what? And he says, yes, that the other woman was pregnant. And my heart dropped. I was like, that's so cruel. That we've been trying to have a baby for the longest and you would do that to me. And he did it to get a reaction. It's almost like he hated me. Fast forward, it was still back and forth. Fast forward, she ends up losing the babies. And he came over my house as we were living separately. And he says, I want to work on our marriage. I know I messed up. But I want to try to work on our marriage again. We tried for about a month. I noticed that she was still in the picture. So I decided, you know what, let's separate. I began to throw all of my things out of my apartment. I was going to move to another state with my aunt. And just before I was about to move, I was feeling weird. I hadn't gotten my cycle, but it wasn't really
a red flag to me because I was already irregular and we had been trying for so long that that wasn't even a thought in my mind. Well, it turns out that I was pregnant. I thought that everything would change. And during my entire pregnancy, he was amazing. Our life did a complete 180. We were now living together. He was doing everything. He cooked, he cleaned, he worked, he did everything. I'm like, okay, perfect. This is perfect. It rolls around Thanksgiving time, and I see a post on Facebook. I'm 8 months pregnant at this time. I see a post on Facebook from one of his family members that wrote, like, she ended up putting like a baby name that resembled his name, which drew a red flag to me. And I told him, I said, come over. I was at my mom's house for Thanksgiving. So he came over, and, he was in his era of rebuilding the trust in our relationship. So I told him, give me your phone. And he gives me the phone. And so I go to the WhatsApp app, and I have her WhatsApp because she had reached out to me before on there to antagonize me. So I see that he saved her under a different name, and I opened the message and she said to him, oh, I was in the hospital. The baby's okay. It was just my blood pressure. That's when I find out that we were both pregnant at the same time. So I tell him, I said, you should have told me. If you would have told me, I would have aborted the baby and moved on with my life. I mean, he was pale. He did it. He just said, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why would you abort my baby? No, I'm sorry. And of course, I was devastated. I was a mess. The girl, I reached out to her and I told her, I said, you're really like a homewrecker. Like, this is my husband, and you know what it was from before. And you could have said something. And she said that he threatened her and told her that if she were to tell me, he would not be in the other baby's life. And so that's why she didn't say anything, but it was so hostile, our conversation. My baby shower rolls around, and he's there, of course. We had already planned everything. He had to be there to help me with everything that was going on in the baby shower. And at the baby shower, his family were taking pictures. There was one specific picture where we were cutting the cake and he gave me a kiss, and that's when they snapped the picture. They put it on Facebook, and I guess she saw it. She went crazy. I mean, she was calling her family, telling him that she was going to take her baby and she was going to move to a different state, and she was just going crazy. After that, she said that a couple of days after, she said that she'd given birth. She didn't allow him to go to the hospital, but she'd given birth. He showed me the picture, and I'm like, this baby does not look like him. But obviously, I didn't say that because I would look like the hater. Now, I'm very stressed out. I'm 8 months pregnant. And no, right before she gave birth, though, this is an important key. Right before she gave birth, she went to go look for me at my job. God is so good because that specific day was a day that I would usually work. But that day I felt tired. I asked for the day off. She didn't say good morning, good afternoon. She went straight to my desk and asked directly for me. And they're like, oh, she's not here. When will she be back? And they said, I don't know. So my friend calls me. She's like, hey, Erica came here looking for you. And I said, what? She says, yeah. I said, oh, no. I'm going to go. We have cameras. So I'll go see the cameras. She definitely was there. But how does she know where I work? I was upset. I wanted to go fight. But my mom was like, no, you're 8 months pregnant. You're not going to go fight. She has the baby. After the baby shower situation, it's almost like she went crazy. So about another week goes by. I'm at work and I am looking at my emails, and a news report had came through about a a girl, a specific girl that I knew, that she was murdered and her baby kidnapped. But when I read the article, I see that my husband's mistress murdered this woman to take her baby because she had a miscarriage, to make my husband believe that the baby was his. Wait. So at this point, I am shocked. It was all over the news. I mean, the news article is on my page, on, what ended up happening. She actually just got sentenced this year to 40 years in jail, for the murder of the girl. And the girl was actually her best friend. So she killed her best friend to take her baby, to make him believe that it was his because she miscarried. Now, I am still very pregnant, stressed out. And I know, guys, I know you guys are going to judge me, but I end up having my baby and we are still together. Everyone thought, no, with this situation that just happened, he's going to settle down. I mean, the cheating is going to stop. This was so close, because when the SWAT team went to go kick down her door to get her, he was with her. So they took them both into custody. But when they realized, they took his phone and went through it and they interrogated, they saw that he was not part of the plan. He really didn't know. So they let him go. But she was actually, they kept her. They found the baby's bracelet, the best friend's phone on her. She took a bunch of things after she slit her throat. I'm sorry?
Too much information. Go ahead.
Sorry. Anyway, a couple months go by. My postpartum was horrible. I finally decided this time, guys, for real, for the sake of my daughter, I said, I can't stay in this. I need to leave. I can't be in this situation. And I did end up leaving. I'm sorry. I don't want it to get flagged for what I'm saying, but yeah, I did end up finally leaving him because he ended up cheating again. He actually slept with one of his friend's wife. And that was, for me, the last straw. I said, no, I'm leaving. And I did leave. I left. I grieved. A few months later, I ended up finding another man who was amazing. Our relationship lasted 3 years. In those 3 years, this man worshiped the ground that I walked on. I mean, it was amazing. I didn't have any issues with him. We both traveled a lot and we're both from the same place. We're both from Honduras. Now, I had a job that, like a normal job. I have PTO, but I can't just get up and leave whenever I want to. His job was a lot more flexible. So a few times he traveled to Honduras, a few times that I wasn't able to go, but his family, his mom, everyone is out there. So, I mean, I didn't have any issues with it. You can go see your family. Our relationship, the trust was immaculate, no issues. Fast forward to 2023. Now, remember, I have a daughter because I gave birth to my daughter. I have a daughter. I'm sorry?
Congrats.
Thank you. So I have my daughter. My partner at the time, he was in Honduras on a trip for his sister's wedding. And so I stayed back home. I was with my daughter. I noticed one day that my daughter was not feeling well. She was having trouble lifting one arm. And she was telling me her leg hurt. She had a fever. So, but I knew she didn't fall or anything because we were in the house the whole weekend. So I said, no big deal. I'll give her some Tylenol. Tomorrow I'll take her to the pediatrician. And I did that. I took her to the pediatrician And after I did so, they did tests, they got some blood work, they gave us some medicine for her fever. And the next day, I get a call from the doctor, and the doctor is like, "Hey, we need you to go to the children's hospital." And I'm like, "Well, is everything okay?" And she's like, "Well, we found some malignancies in your daughter's blood work." And I said, "Malignancy?" She says, "Yes, cancer." I dropped to my knees and was bawling. I mean, I knew she had a fever. I knew she wasn't feeling well, but I never expected that she had cancer. At this time, my daughter's 5 years old. And, of course, I rushed to the hospital. I'm devastated. Um, and, my whole family was there with me. My partner ended up coming back from Honduras. He came to the hospital. He stood with me, for a few days. But after the few days, he said that he wanted to go back to Honduras with his friend because his friend had something to do, which was very I don't even remember what it was, but I know it was very irrelevant and just, I don't know. So I told him, at that at this moment in my life, what I'm going through with my daughter, I can't think straight. I'm in a place where I don't know what's going to happen with my life. Like, why are you choosing to go at this very moment for something that is not important? He still decided he wanted to go. I said, okay, whatever, go. I'm at the hospital a week. A weekend, he does have other kids as well. A weekend, one of his baby mothers, she texted me and she said, hey, I'm just letting you know that your stepson is dead. And I said, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, the one in Honduras. I said, what stepson in Honduras? He doesn't have any kids in Honduras. And she says, yes, he does. That's when I realized that man was cheating on me. He cheated and had a baby with me in Honduras. And the only reason I found out was because a tree fell on top of the little boy and killed him. So at this point, I'm grieving my daughter's diagnosis. Now I'm grieving the loss of my relationship. And I thought that my daughter's dad, my ex-husband, would step up, obviously not for me. He had already moved on as well. He moved on before we ended our relationship. So, um, he moved on before we even ended the relationship. But I said to myself, this is his daughter. We don't know if she's going to make it or not. She has a terminally ill disease. He did not at all throughout the whole. Now, she had leukemia, and the treatment plan for leukemia is 2.5 to 3 years, assuming that there are no complications, that there's no relapse. So, in the 2 years that we were struggling going back in the forth to the hospital, he only went to the hospital 2 times to see his daughter. And so, I was grieving that. Now, when my partner, the reason that it hurt me so much with my partner that I was with was because our relationship was so amazing. So I did not expect that he would do something like that to me. After I broke up with him, he was angry, he was resentful, and the day after I broke up with him, he uploaded a picture of him and his girlfriend in Honduras on Facebook. He made his relationship public. I am in the hospital with my daughter, grieving and also coping and trying to see and realize how could you post a picture of you and her in the very next day. It's almost like and so that's why I said I understand Fifi, because I understand the hurt that that it is to go through something like that, to see something like that, especially when you've been there for a person. I mean, I was there with this man through thick and thin. There was a period of time where he was going through depression, he lost his job, it was bad, and I was there through all of that. So for you to do that, to not only have a baby but not even consider my feelings or help me when I most needed it, like I helped you, you didn't. You decided to, go with your girlfriend, and post her. He ended up getting her pregnant again, after they lost their child. And I went into a deep depression for almost 2 years. It was terrible. I wanted to not be here on the earth, many, many times. But my daughter essentially doesn't have a dad. He doesn't care for her. So if I, did anything like that, who was going to be here for my daughter? I had to pull strength from where I did not have. I had to rely on God. God pulled me through every single situation that I went through. And now, thankfully, I'm a lot better. I swore that I would not be in any more relationships because those two traumatized me, yeah, to the core. And I did end up meeting somebody who is amazing. It's just hard to trust right now, because it's like, is it worth me giving somebody the chance to to be with after everything that I've been through? I don't know.
Wow. First thing I'm gonna say, guys, type a word of prayer for the daughter. Okay.
Yeah, she is doing so much better now. That's another thing I want to say. She did beat cancer. She's in remission. She rang the bell in October of last year. So she is well now. Oh, and thank you for everyone that is, praying for my daughter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a lot.
I know. I'm sorry. I know it was a lot to unpack. Yeah.
But like I said, this platform here, if it's your first time here, guys, hit that follow so that you can see me another time. I don't think you want it to be your last time scrolling on your page and see this channel, okay? But I do this because I want people to share their experience, their stories, so that others can, learn from it. Others can be inspired, motivated, all of that stuff. And also, provide you with feedback, and just kind of have a community here. So Judith,
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing your story. And I just, honestly, I'm not even gonna comment really much.
Well,
But we see what's that?
you as a man, I would like to hear your perspective and ask, moving forward, what do you think I should do you think that things like this can be prevented, and what should I look for to where I'm not in a predicament where I'm with someone like that?
I mean, so how long did you both? You said you dated for how long?
So with my husband, it was very fast. Like I said, I was 19. I was very naive.
Yeah.
With that second one, we dated for quite a while. We dated for about a year and a half before we ended up moving in together.
It's a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
And so would you say there were signs that, so in the end, would you say that the bad things that you noticed in the end, would you say that they were present from the beginning and you just didn't pay attention to them?
I can say that in my second relationship, there were, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be transparent. There were some red flags, but not enough, in my opinion, to outweigh the good that, like I said, our relationship was amazing, amazing, amazing. So there wasn't enough red flags for me to feel like, okay, I'm gonna leave him because of this, you know.
And so in the end, like, were those not like the same reason why you guys separated? Like,
Well, I would say no, because, well, maybe one of the red flags was the times that he would go travel to Honduras without me. But the reason why I didn't see it as a red flag was because his family was in Honduras. All of my family is here, So I always said to myself, I don't want to deprive him of being able to interact with his family just because I'm not able to travel with him. And plus, we traveled everywhere else together. We've even traveled to Honduras together, and what's even more crazy, he when we did travel, we would go to the village where the girl is from. She would see us, So that wasn't although at the end, yes, I'm like, that's a red flag. I didn't see it as a red flag while I was in the relationship.
Doctor, you said you have some you wanted to share a thought. Guys,
I
remember, if you're
think
new, hit the follow, guys, if you're new here.
on
Go
a
ahead.
lighter note, Judith, my love, can we celebrate one big thing?
Of
You
course.
had a baby when you thought you couldn't.
Yes.
Can we just thank God for that first? It
Yes.
don't matter what that baby went through, beating cancer, you had a child when you thought medically you could not. Firstly, big up yourself for that.
Yes. Thank you.
Before we start talking about how your trauma has led you to attract whatnot and whatnot, listen, we are all out here trying our best.
Right?
Do you know what I mean? So many people have gone through childhood trauma, so many things they've been through that has made them to, be in a place where they seek love outside of themselves. So it's not your fault, but we have the job to do. That's what I want us to hear. Because so many people are taking blame. Oh, it's your fault that you're attracting that. It's your fault that you're in that toxic relationship and da 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 da. But here we are, just seeking to be loved, giving your all to someone. You could have been a very horrible person to the next person, but what did you do? You gave love.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You helped him. He had no job. And at the point where he needed you, or where you needed him, where was he? Back in his home country with another woman. It's not your fault he went to another woman. That's his problem, not a you problem. So the only part you need to take accountability or responsibility is loving yourself so much, working on yourself so much, which includes self-love. Like the love you want to give them, give it to yourself. The love you want to give them, give it to your child, that baby girl.
Right. No,
Because
yeah.
a man who could leave me in a very, very complicated situation will leave me in a bigger complicated situation where my life is on the line. So why do I need a man like that? So I just need you to go with one thing. You had a miracle in your hands from a very shitty person. Focus on the miracle, not the shitty person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Well said,
Thank
Doctor.
you.
Judith, you heard that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. I'll leave it at that.
Alrighty. Good night, guys.
You take care now.
You too.
Doctor. Oh my. I'm gonna need you around here. Thank you again, Doctor.
Be here.
All right. Bye. Guys, if this is your first time watching my live stream, remember, hit the follow so that you can see me another time. You want to see me tomorrow? Or, who knows, maybe I don't come on here tomorrow. Maybe the next day. If you just want to see when I'm here, hit that follow. Next person. DJ. Abby. Let's see if we can get Abby in here. Hi. Abby. ABBY. Can you hear me? Whoa, with the rope. What? Hello, thank you. Abby, can you hear me? I'm gonna move on if going once, going twice. Okay, let's move on. Kimmy, hi, welcome. Kimmy. Let's get someone else. Aisha, I-S-H-I, Ishi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I've been on your panel before.
Oh, you've been here.
Yeah. I shared a story about, I don't know, do you remember?
Give me that refresher. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm the girl that told you a story about, me losing my brother and my husband not being there for me and got divorced. Then, like, my brother died on the last year, November 1, and then I got divorced in December 5. I don't know if you remember.
Yep, yes.
Your face looks like you're still trying to figure it out.
Oh no, I remember. Not the entire story, but I do remember. I remember, like,
Okay, yeah. So, okay, so, like, when you're a Muslim, okay, the rule is when you get divorced, your husband needs to still take care of you for 3 months, and you as well, you don't have to see any other guy or chat to any other guy. So, well, let me read. What did you just say? So anyway, he has to take care of me for those 3 months. It's my choice if I want to stay in my house and he gives me money and take care of me financially. But then I decided not to stay in my house. I decided to leave the house, and the furniture and everything that was in the house goes to me as a woman. So I moved cities. I moved from a city to another city to heal and to get better because it was so much was happening. He wasn't speaking or texting me or even being there for me. He's not, even till now that I speak, he's still not. And this month, February, is the last month of him to take care of me. Then the month that comes, I can start dating other people. So anyway, I just came in to tell you guys, since you kind of remember the story, so I'm just giving you guys an update. Is that fine?
Yeah, I do encourage people to give an update. They like.
Okay. So I moved to another city. I staying with my cousin. I also told you that I do have psychosis. So I see my sorry. Just getting anyway, so I see my doctor that is here that I go to. It's been tough because I'm telling you, I never ever thought divorce would be the biggest, the most painfulest thing, and losing a brother who was there for me, and he was like my shield.
So if I recall correctly, he was not very nice towards you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just something to maybe think about. Usually when people are in a situation like that, they focus on how toxic it was and how important it was or is to, just call it get to safety or get out of that kind of situation. And so I think instead of looking at the fact that you didn't want to have divorce, all of that stuff, that's not what you did your part, obviously, that you wanted marriage to work, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a fault of yours why it didn't. Also, if it was working and things were bad, I'm pretty sure that's not where you would want to be anyway.
For sure.
So I guess it's definitely, you're gonna have to take the time to make the progress, that so slow progress. But I think that's what you should maybe focus on, the positive part of it. And that would help you. That you definitely wasn't gonna stay around in something that was unhealthy.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say about that. All right. So I will again thank you for the update. All right.
Can I kindly just reply to some of the
Oh, sure.
messages
Go
that
ahead.
are
Go
coming
ahead.
through? Is it Mandy? I do when you're married, As a woman, it's your choice if you want to work. And if he accepts for you to work, you work. And even when you work, your money is your money. You don't share with him. But his money is my money. That's how it works in Islam. Because the man is 100, a girl is 50. A man's duty, a girl can't do a man's duty. So if a man gets married to you, he's moved you from your comfort zone, your mother, and where you stay, and you're moving with him. You understand? And he has to take care of you financially, everything. He has to do it for you. That's how it is. So, me working, he didn't want me to do that. So, and at the end of the day, I was getting my monthly payment from him. You understand? And I do have other things that I'm doing for myself to get better and at the same time come out of this and the pain that I'm going through. It's not easy. A divorce is the painfulest thing, and I wouldn't even wish it for my worst enemy. You understand? At the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. He wasn't meant for me, and I have to look forward, and I still have to have hope and work on myself. And having psychosis is a really hard thing. Sometimes you can't work. Sometimes it's so exhausting. You start panicking. You start having anxiety. Sometimes you just lose it. It's really hard. And I'm still grateful, like God loves me and he knows that I can go through this. So that's all I want to say. And thank you for listening to me. And I will be coming into your lives to give you updates once in a while. I hope you remember me.
No worries.
I wish you
Remember you.
all the best. Have a good time.
Thank you. I wish you all the best as well, Ish. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, Ish, just you can look through the comments and pick what you wish from all the comments there. I have 5 more people. 5 more people, guys. Now, with the 5 more people, that's all the requests for tonight. That's it. No new requests, guys. If you're new here, if you are new, I want you to hit that follow so you can see me next time, okay? Remember, 5 more people. And once those 5 people, once I get through the 5 people, that's it. Heather.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. I have a long history of being in abusive relationships. I was abused as a child. With all this Epstein stuff coming out, you can use your imagination. I don't need to go into that, but as a child, that happened to me. And I think it affected me because I've had 3 very abusive relationships. My daughter's father he was very abusive and tried to kill me many times and tried to control me and had a sexual addiction, was running around with hookers and...
Try to use TikTok friendly words.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Running around with ladies of the evening and possibly, same-sex things too. Which I have no problem with people who are gay, but it just wasn't part of our marriage agreement. And then I had to escape, basically, because I don't know what the diagnosis was, narcissist, psychopath. I really don't know. He had some celebrity. We were both opera singers, and we met singing together. And it was a very quick romance, and a lot of love bombing at the beginning and everything. So I thought, oh wow, this famous person is really into me, and my ego got the best of me. And I just had this whole fantasy about how, we were going to have a baby and we were going to run all over the world singing together, and it was going to be just amazing. And then it turned into a complete nightmare. And so I left him, and then I spent 18 years in court fighting because it turned out that he was sexually abusing my daughter. And the courts didn't help me, judges didn't help me, the church didn't help me. And now she doesn't even speak to him. Fast forward 4 years later, I met my husband, and we were together for 21 years. Turned out that he had a sexual addiction too to online things. In the end, I found out from a college friend of mine that he was videotaping me during sexual intercourse and putting it.
I don't know. Yeah, we definitely need to, I guess,
Sorry.
list off that because
Sorry.
they will flag it. So
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm not used to this.
just take your
He
time.
was videotaping me during intimacy and was putting it on the internet without my knowledge. And he's an attorney. So he was a Marine, he was an attorney, and I thought, wow, I can really trust this person. 21-year relationship. And we raised my daughter together, and he protected me against my ex-husband who was abusing my daughter. And I just thought, but there was always this online thing he was addicted to. And when I found that out, I forgave him the first time, and I thought, okay, we went into therapy, and I thought, okay, he's not going to do it again, right? Well, turns out he was always doing it, and he never stopped. And so when I found out he was doing that, my daughter had left by then. She's an adult, and I left him. I went to my parents' house, and I divorced him, and I was really broken. I ended up trying to unalive myself. I was so distraught about having that out in the internet of me, and having my college guy friends tell me about it was really humiliating, and I can't describe the feeling. It just felt like such a betrayal. And he was in the videos too, but he blurred out his face, but not mine. So it was very intentional. And it was, even my attorney, she had a hard time believing me until she brought it up to his attorney and said that this is out there, and all of a sudden it disappeared on this one site. It's still out there, and it'll always be out there. There's nothing I can do about it. I've learned to live with it. But it sent me to, to some pretty dark places, and I ended up being hospitalized a few times. Fast forward a little bit, I just, after I got a divorce, I started talking to somebody online, which I had never done before. It was this guy from Morocco. And I got involved with him. And that was a quick romance and everything. I think I was just needing an adventure. So I was feeling really freaked out after being in a marriage for 21 years and having that happen. And so I took off to Morocco just to see Morocco. And he's younger than me. So I just thought, well, I don't know what's going to happen. It's silly. And I just want to see Morocco and ride a camel and, get out of here. I really needed to get out of my surroundings because I was having a lot of trouble just functioning. Even like I was having panic attacks. I was just really not able to function. I couldn't even get out to go into Walgreens or go in, I would just sit in my car and I felt like I was frozen. It's hard to describe, but it really affected me psychologically. So I thought, well, this will be good. I'll go there. So after that first visit, there were a lot of sparks between he and I. And I felt like it was I felt like he was like a gift from God. Like, I can't even explain like how I felt about this person. And I never expected it, after what I had been through. I just wasn't even looking, for that. I was just looking to have a nice trip in Morocco. But anyway, fast forward, a year later, we get married. And he comes from a very poor family. He's Muslim. He comes from, he's Amazigh, which is like Native Moroccan. And, I saw his home where he was living, and they practically didn't have a roof, and they didn't have running water, and they didn't have anything. And so I bought his family a home, and I bought him a car. And I just, threw myself into this relationship, into this marriage. And then I found out probably 2.5 years into it that he actually sells himself. He's a prostitute, or whatever you want to call it. And so he had all these women I found on his phone that he was talking to, and just another big betrayal. And he stole just an unbelievable amount of money from me. I mean, I was paying out of, because I loved him, because I wanted to help his family. Every month I was sending thousands of dollars, but he was doing the same thing with all these other women. But he's married to me. I'm still married to him. And around that time, I confronted him with it. And he said, well, I have to take care of my whole family, which was true, but it just wasn't something I could deal with. And he swore that he wouldn't do it anymore. And he really didn't need to, because I was sending him money. He didn't need to do it anymore, but he kept doing it. And then he started to get nuts. He locked me in the apartment. He started to choke me, or I don't know if I can say that or not, but he would physically attack me, throw me across the room, and it was just this strange jealousy thing that came out of nowhere. Like, I was never unfaithful or anything. And this last time I was there, he did the same thing, and I had to escape. I was locked in a room for 2.5 months while he was out running around with other people, I found out. So by the grace of God, and honestly, you guys, I am lucky to be alive, because there were many moments where I felt like he was just going to unalive me and throw me into a ditch. And somehow I convinced him that I was going to go home and talk to my lawyers and bring back more money. And I think that made me more valuable again. So that I could just escape. So I made up this whole like thing just to get out of there. And his family, I've come to find out that his family was all in on it, that they spoke to these other women too, and that they knew, and his brother was in on it, and they pretended to love me. And I was living in the apartment with them this last time, and they knew that I was locked in that room, and they did nothing. No one helped me. And he would take my phone from me and accuse me of cheating and all this stuff and try to, put his hands around my throat. And I mean, it was bad. And I was locked in there for 2.5 months. I think I went out twice in that amount of time. And I was just so scared because I'm in a foreign country where women have no rights. He scared me into thinking that he had some ties with criminal organizations. And every time he would get arrested when he was drunk, they would let him go. He had some password that he could say, and then everybody got real scared and would just let him go. And he would drive the car and like practically kill us every time. And he just got really violent and crazy. And I just escaped like 20 days ago. And I'm home with my family, but I just don't know what to do. Like, I know it was all marriage fraud, and I know what he did to me, kidnapping and all of that, but I haven't reported it yet. And I don't know if I should. One half of me is thinking, as a Christian, that's my religion. He's Muslim, but as a Christian, you're supposed to forgive and just move on. And maybe he'll have to face the consequences and God will take over. That's just what I believe personally. But at the same time, then I think, well, I should stick up for myself. He stole over $300,000 from me. That's all I had in my life. Plus, me sending money all the time. And I even sold my car to get him out of jail one time. He always came up with reasons, and I was, coercive control, I guess. I really got under his spell. I was totally under his spell. I believed all of it. And then I found out it was all baloney. But I'm home now, but I'm, it's been hard for me to even leave my room or get dressed, or I think since I've been home, I've gone out twice in 20 days because I'm still struggling with being in captivity. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. But I just feel like he took everything from me. And he knew what I had been through with these other men. He knew my whole story. And in the beginning it was, it's the love of a lifetime, and you're the love of my life, and we're going to have this wonderful life together and all that. And it just turned out to be all baloney. But, I just don't know. I'm in therapy because I need it. But I just don't know. I don't know what people think. Should I report him? Because he's done this to many other women, and obviously it's marriage fraud. So, but I don't know if I should just move on with my life, or, I don't even have a car right now. You know what I mean? I sold my car to get him out of jail. And, he even contacted me and asked me for more money the other day. He had the nerve to do that.
Dr. Ree, you have a thought.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Hey there.
Hi. I
Come
know it's
closer
hard.
and get a hug. I am hugging you from here and showing you how much you are loved by God. You are absolutely loved by God. If there is anything you need to know right this moment, is that God loves you. I really wanted to just put this out here that a lot of people really underestimate families of these narcissists and abusive people. You really underestimate them. They are all in on it. They
Yeah.
know what their son is doing or their daughter is doing. They know their children. There's no one that has gone through what you've gone through that has told me, oh, his mom and dad didn't know. No, bruh, they know.
Yeah.
And so when you're dealing with families and they're loving on you and they're going, oh, my son's wife, they're all loving. Don't be fooled, bruh. It's still their son.
Right.
And when shit goes down, they're going to go with him. They're going to act like all of a sudden they have a sudden amnesia. All of a sudden their memory was wiped. They don't even remember you.
Yeah, I
So
think they're on to the next person already.
they listen, they're not even on to the next person. The next person is on the line.
Right, and I feel bad. Like there was one girl that was talking to him, and I called her and said, "Look, he's still married to me, and he's lying to you, and he's going to take everything you have, and I'm risking my life to tell you this right now."
Listen, if you hang your life on the line. These girls are not going to listen.
I know,
A lot
you're
of
right.
people would need to go through it to believe it because they're so good at masking everything until you
Right.
get in it. Do you know that they're the most lovely? They're so lovely outside. They're so supportive to friends and family. So when it gets
Right.
to the point where you're like, this guy locked me in the room, they go, you what? That can't be. This is someone who cannot even hold a chicken.
Right.
This is someone who cannot even raise his voice. Do you know what I mean? So these things that you just mentioned to us, they're just a typical case of someone who should have been locked up a long time ago. Because tell me how you lock someone in the house for 2 months. And this
Right.
is not someone, your wife. So this is not
Exactly.
someone that should be roaming the street, bruh.
Right.
This is someone that should be locked up. So at the end of the day, we're not putting on the blame on him or
Right.
the people you've been involved with. We're just saying you went through a horrible situation that left you vulnerable, and you allowed your vulnerability to this guy because you wanted an escape. You
Yeah.
wanted an escape, and he saw that. He saw
Right.
through you that you needed something from him, and that is something he can give without even, getting hurt.
Right.
Because you have everything he needs. You have the money, you have the time, you have the love, you have everything to share. So what's he gonna lose?
Exactly.
Right? So at the end of the day now, you're asking us a question that no one here can answer. It has to come from you. Should I report? Should I leave it to God? There are some cases we leave to God, and there are some cases, girl, drive your ass to the police station, bruh. There are some
Yeah.
cases we leave to God, and there are some cases we borrow another person's car to go to court.
I'm
We
lucky to be
fight.
alive too. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm just scrappy. And that's the only reason I think I'm here. I think he was
That is why
planning.
you feel like you want to leave it to God, because you're alive. You know what you went through. You knew how
Right.
heavy it was. And so you're thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm just thankful for life. I'm just going to leave everything behind me and keep it moving. Bruh, let me tell you something. There are some people that you cannot keep it moving with. There are some people that need to face the law.
Right.
$300 plus all the other money. Now, all these family members you were sending money to, where are they?
In Morocco.
Ah, okay. Have they called you?
I blocked everybody.
Ah, okay. Well, they're nowhere to be found in a nutshell. But they've spent your money and they're all right.
Oh yeah, they had a great time with that.
Yeah, there you go. So at the end of the day, it's not about this person anymore. It's about taking your time to heal. No one should pressure you into reporting. Take your time to heal. When you get the strength, girl, do what they do to people who move stupid. Period.
Right. Yeah.
Heather,
No, he's just going to keep doing it to people. So,
Heather,
yes.
what do you think about what doctor just said?
Well, thank you for telling me that God loves me. I needed to hear that because I feel I tend to isolate when I go through these things because I've always dealt with a lot of trauma on my own, and I don't want to burden other people. But I have my therapist, but still. So that makes me feel a lot better, and I appreciate that. And I'm hearing what she's saying about some people need to face consequences, you know, for their actions. So I'll think about that some more in my therapy and see what I want to do. But my first instinct when I came back was to go straight to the police and go straight to FBI and, you know, the consulate or whatever. Yeah, I really was angry. And then gradually I've backed off and started missing his stupid. Why am I missing him?
Trauma bonding, baby. It's not you. It's the chemicals in your brain. Wake up. Drink water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Heather, it sounds like you said, you do have your therapy and all therapist and all of that, which is good for these situations.
Yeah.
Definitely having someone to help you navigate that whole process.
Right. Right.
Very, very good there. So I wish you all the best. If you want to stop by another time and give us an update, come down.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks
go
for
up there.
listening. Thanks
No
for
worries.
listening, everybody. I appreciate it.
No worries. You take care, Heather.
You too. Thanks.
Dr. Ree, thank you again. Thank you.
Listen, chill. There's too much going on out here, and people need to know that God loves them and they're not alone. The fight, the battles people are battling out here, the amount of things I've heard today, even I look at your face and I'm like, that's the right reaction. I don't even know what to feel. Do you know what I mean? How do you lock up someone in the house, your wife in the house? These are things that are unheard of. Really, really, really touching stories. So I just want anyone listening to the host doing this lovely thing on his platform, just know that you are loved by God, and anyone that dares you will face God full force.
Thank you. Thank you, Ree. If it's your first time here, guys, if this is your first time watching my live stream, hit the follow so that you can see me another time. Oh dear, I have too much requests right now. I was looking to get off in probably 5 minutes. Yeah, I was looking to get off pretty soon. I will only take one more person. I said 5. Okay, let's go through the list. So 1 down. Beverly Hills. Collinsville, Beverly Hills. Going through the list, guys. 4 to go. Wow, love it. Okay. Shane, Shane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
So this is just a talking platform where we just talk about what's going on, or what?
Sure. You can share a experience. By the way, I'm gonna give you like probably 5 minutes.
That's fine.
But yeah, it's exactly what it says here. That's what we're doing. So if you have a story of your own,
Yeah.
feel free.
So about 6 years ago, I got sober. Okay, I was a drug addict for a little while, and in my early 20s, and I got sober, and I met a female, and I'm a female. I met a female at a rehab center, and we got together. It was probably a stupid decision on my end because, I mean, I had just gotten sober. I shouldn't have been anywhere near a relationship at all, but things progressed really quickly, and by 9 months, we were married. 9 months into the relationship, we were married. Things were good at first, like they always are. We got our own place, and then that's when things kind of started taking a turn. It's like she completely checked out. She stopped going to work. She was depressed. She had stopped brushing her hair. She just like went to this depression stage where all she wanted to do was binge watch shows and like not do anything, not do a single thing. Like she just was a completely different person than when I first met her. And I should have saw the signs, of her relapse. I should have saw that was the inevitable thing that was going to happen. But it didn't. I just kept, trying to encourage her to be better and to try to get my wife to, feel better. I mean, I was trying whatever I could to make her feel better. I got her a car. I got her, I was basically paying everything, and I was just trying to like provide for her, and be the best wife I could be. And I know she eventually started using. I mean, there were plenty of signs, and it wasn't until this time with our dog, she was walking our dog, quote unquote, walking our dog, which she never did. She let the dog pee and poop in the house all the time because she was depressed. She didn't want to go anywhere. She didn't want to do anything. So she never really walked the dog ever. So I knew that was a lie, but she said the dog got into something in the ground and was overdosing. And to me, that was suspicious, because how do you know what he got into, without it actually being yours that he got into, you know what I mean? Like, what I put together is that, she left dope on the counter, the dog got into it and overdosed. That's what happened. I know that's what happened. And anyway, so a few months after that, I left her, and I just had to leave, because I was going to just jeopardize my sobriety for nobody. Like, I couldn't jeopardize myself and everything I built thus far, even though it was only, a year in. I was in it. I've been in it. I've been sober this long. It's been 6 years, and I've been sober. But I had to leave for my own safety, basically. So I left, and then shortly after I left, I met someone. Probably about a month after I left her, I met someone, and it turns out that he was my soulmate, and we got together, and I fell absolutely head over heels in love with him. Meanwhile, she's using, still doing whatever. Her family contacted me about a year into it, and was like, have you heard from Alex? Sorry, I shouldn't say her name. Have you heard from her? And I'm like, no, I haven't heard from her. Like, why are you asking me? You know what I mean? Like, we haven't been together for a year. But so she was obviously out on the rails. So anyways, me and this man, we continue our relationship, and about 2 months after our relationship started, he ends up being diagnosed with cancer of a certain kind, that when he needed treatment, it was going to severely hurt his chances of having children in the future. So we made the executive decision, like, hey, I'm old enough and I'm stable enough, like, hey, I want to have a kid. Like, it's been it's about time anyway, and I love you, and this, you know, is the best decision for us. And he wanted to have a kid eventually, but with this treatment, like, it was gonna severely diminish that possibility. So anyways, we ended up having a kid together. So we have a kid now, and it's been going great. I mean, we have our own little family. We're completely madly in love, and it's been going amazing. Except now I'm in this predicament where I'm still married. Okay, so that sucks. I'm still married, and when I had my kid, they wouldn't even let me put him on the birth certificate because she was still my wife, so they consider her the father. And it's like, how does that work in the state? How in the fuck, you know what I mean? We're both females. How does that work? Like, I'm not, I mean, yeah, I guess there's like IVF and stuff like that, but I mean, it's obvious, like, I have another relationship. Like, he is the father, she is not the father. Anyways, there's a whole, like, a legal thing, and, like, I had to go through a bunch of hoops to even get him on the birth certificate of my child, of our child. And it was just really stressful. And now I'm going through the divorce process. I had to, I mean, it's not like anything dramatic like that or crazy like this last girl. I mean, I feel so bad for her. And honey, report, please. I mean, Heather, report. Because, sorry, I'm going off topic, but Heather, report that man. He's horrible. What you went through is horrible. I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going through the divorce process now, and it's been difficult because I couldn't find her, so I couldn't serve her. And then she tried to exploit money from me several times, trying to exploit money from me, saying that I'm the reason that she's using, and that I'm the reason that the dog died, and I'm the reason that this and that. And then she used my daughter against me, saying, oh, well, I'll sign this paper if you give me money, or I'll sign this over if you give me money, you know, stuff that was important for my daughter. And it's like, dude, like, typical drug addict behavior. And then anyways, I went to the whole thing. She finally ended up in jail. So I found her. She was in jail. I could finally serve her. So I went to the whole divorce process all the way up to the hearing. Got to the divorce hearing, and they told me that I filled out the wrong paperwork because I had a kid. I thought that since, you know, it wasn't our child together, that I could fill out the one form and it would be fine. It turns out, no, I have to fill out this different form. So they made me go back all the way to the beginning of the divorce process to file again, spend all the money again, and finally get through it and to the divorce again. And I'm currently in that process, waiting for a response, which isn't going to happen. So I don't know, I'm waiting for it, and hopefully this whole nightmare will be over. But yeah, that's been my crazy relationship journey for the past 6 years. I'm sorry for, you know, not having any other crazy journey, I guess. But yeah, that's my crazy journey.
I appreciate you sharing. Shane, Shane.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not gonna comment.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that I wish you all the best with everything.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
All right, that's gonna be it for tonight. You know, a lot of people are actually going through a lot, guys. You know, a lot of people are going through a lot, and you know, only when you hear these stories, you know this. Know what I mean? So someone said we held space. Cool. For everyone who it's your first time here, I appreciate your time of night, your time of day, wherever you're watching from. Let's drop some country in the chat. What country are you watching from right now? Type it in the chat. Also, hit the follow so you can see me another time when I rejoin. Hit that follow so you can see me another time. What? I always tell people, once you drop the flag in the chat, I see Canada, I see Jamaica. Gone. I was in Jamaica a few weeks ago. A few days ago, I was in Jamaica. Yeah. All right. I see all the countries. I see y'all. Again, thank you guys for watching. And hit me with the follow so that you can see me next time. When will that next time be? I don't know. That's how you gotta follow so that you can see me whenever I start this live stream. Until next time, guys, I'm gonna be peacing out right now. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Hit the follow. That's my last word. Oh, hold on. Dr. Reed, you wanted to say something. Let's close off with Dr. Reed. Hi.
Oh my God, before you left, I wanted to tell you, you are the calmest host I've seen dealing with such a sensitive, area. Like, you are so calm. You are so, like, you don't have much to say, but what you say is it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just need you to leave, go to rest, knowing that you held space for people who practically, they may be in the space where they're thinking, maybe this is my last. And all you did was turn on your camera, put a topic, and sit in front of it. So you need to know you're doing amazing work that costs people a lot of money to do professionally. Right? So you
That's
take
true.
your flowers.
That's true.
Take your flowers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Doctor.
See you soon.
All right. Good night. Take care.
Night.
Thank you. All right. Thank you again. Thank you all. Take care.